Good morning, everyone. So, in our last class, we were discussing the relational algebraic notations and few examples. Today, we shall discuss the set theory operators which we can use in relational algebra. So, as we say, set theory operations, it includes union, intersection, and set differences. So just like how we used these operations in SQL queries, so the same are represented in relational algebraic notations. So union operator is a binary operator, which means we need two tables on which this particular operation is applied. So I will be calling a relation as a table now onwards. So the result of union, that is, if we consider two tables R and S, so it is represented by R union S. The result is also a relation which includes all the tuples from table R and all the tables from table S. So which means it includes all the tuples from uh, table R as well as all the rows from table S. So here duplicate tuples are eliminated. So a tuple is considered to be duplicate only if all the attribute values are same. So otherwise, so it will not be considered as a duplicate. So two tables, that is relation R and S, must be union compatible if we want to perform the union operations. So this we have already discussed. Union two tables are said to be union compatible when they have same number of attributes and the each corresponding attributes should belong to the same domain or compatible domain. So then only we say that they are union compatible and union operation can be performed on them. So consider this example. To retrieve a social security number of all employee who either work in department 5 or all those employee who are directly supervise an employee who work in department number 5. So here there are two parts in this particular question. So in the first part, so it is about extracting the details of the employees so who work in department number 5. So this is the first part. So it is the all employees who either work in department 5. So which means as a first part, we must extract the employees who are working in department number 5. And the second part is those employees who are supervising the employees who are working in department number 5. So there are again two conditions. So employee should be working in department number 5. For all those, we'll extract their supervisor's SSN. So a query will look like this. So it is for employee relation, the condition that we apply, the select condition is, so sigma department number is equal to 5. So this will extract all the employee tuples, so who are working in department number 5. So that is there over here. Then in the question it is asked, we need only these social security numbers. So SSN. So here when we apply select operation, all the attributes will be present. So now within this, we have to extract only the SSNs. So what we'll do is we will apply the project operation. So project operation will extract the attributes. So project only SSN from this temporary result that we have stored over here. So now in the result one, so this contains all the employee SSNs who are working in department number 5, which forms the first part of the query. Then in the second part, for all the employees who are working in department number 5, we need to extract their supervisor's SSN. So for that, what we can do is, so we already have the employees who are working in department number 5 in the temporary result, that is department 5 employees. So from this we will project and extract the super SSN. So only their supervisor's SSN will be extracted. So that will be stored in result 2 of SSN. So here this is a renaming operation where the temporary result is stored in the table result 2, and this super SSN attribute will be renamed as SSN. So now these result 1 and result 2, they are union compatible. They contains only one attribute and both are type compatible to hold the SSN values. So now we can union these two tables. So using result 1 union result 2. The union can be performed over here and the final result will be present in this particular table. So this is how a union operation can be performed. So before performing the union operation, so we must make sure that the number of attributes in both the tables are same, their order should be same, and secondly they must be type compatible. So type compatible means it is related to the domain or the data type. So here is the example of the previous operation. So for our employee database, so if we perform this particular operation, so our result will be like this. So result 1 contains 4 entries. So result 2 contains 2 entries. So here if you can observe, there is a duplicate, that is this particular 3344555, it is present in both result 1 and result 2, but when we perform the union operation it will be present only once because in sets duplicates are eliminated. So if we perform union of result 1 and result 2, so this will be the result of union. So type compatibility of operands, so it is required for the union, intersection and set differences operations. So we will say two relations R1 and R2 are type compatible if they have same number of attributes and the domain of the corresponding attributes are type compatible. So here the corresponding attributes means A1 corresponds to B1, A2 corresponds to B2. So like that. So first attribute with first attributes of the other table, second attribute with the second, so third with the third attribute, so and so on. So the resulting relation for R1 union R2 or maybe even R1 intersection R2 or R1 difference with R2 has same attribute names as the first operand relation R1. So which means when we have a result, so the result attribute names will be same as the attributes names of the first table. So if R1 attribute name is ABCD, then in the result also the attributes names will be ABCD. So R2's names will not be considered. So intersection operation, so it is denoted by the standard mathematical intersection symbol. The result of this intersection operation, it is a relation that includes all the tuples that are in both relation R and S. So a row which is present in both the tables will be in the result. So that is the mathematical intersection operation. So two operands relations R and S must be again type compatible to perform this intersection operation. So set difference. So set difference is nothing but the minus or except. It is also called as. So the result of R minus S is a relation that includes all the tuples that are there in R but not in S. So which means if the general set difference operation which we perform will be like this. So if the relation R is equal to ABCD like this, and S is equal to B comma E and F. So when we perform R minus S, so the result will be all the elements in the R will be present in the result, but that should not be present in S. So if you observe here, so A will be there because it is not present in S. B will not be there because B is present in the S. So and the remaining one, C and D, will be present in this particular result. So all the tuples that are there in R but not in S. So whereas the other extra additionals one that are present in the relation or set S will be ignored. So in the similar way, this set difference operation in relational algebra will also give us all the tuples that are present in the first table but should not be present in the second table. So consider this particular table. So here we have two tables, that is student and um, instructor. Both are union compatible. So this is the first name, last name of this. When we perform the union result, so it will be as shown in the subfigure B. So this subfigure B corresponds to union operation. And this corresponds to intersection. So this is the intersection of the student and the instructor. So in both the tables, that particular row should be present. So such rows will be present in the intersection. And this is the difference. So this is a student minus instructor. So this is instructor minus student. So these are the rows that will be present. So student, instructor. So if you can observe here, two entries are present in both student and instructor. So first one is this first row, Sushan, Yahoo. Here also it is present. And secondly, Ramesh Shah, the second one, it is present in both. So in the union, both of them will be present only once. So all those things will be added. So if you can observe here, the attribute names of the result will be same as the first table. So here the first table is student. Then in the intersection, only two entries will be possible because only two tuples are present in both the tables. Whereas in difference, so it will retain all the student entries, but they should not be present in the instructor. So those two entries are Sushan and Ramesh. So they will not be present over here. Whereas the instructor minus student, so all the entries from the instructor will be present, and those two which are present in the student will be removed. So if you observe this, three operation union, so it is commutative operation, which means whether it is student union instructor or instructor union student, the result will be same. In intersection also, whether it is student intersection instructor or instructor intersection student, both the result will be same. But whereas in set difference, both of them will not be same. So which means the set difference operation is not commutative. So yeah, the commutative operations can be represented like this. So R union S is equal to S union R, R intersection S is equal to S intersection R. So both union and intersection can be treated as n array operations. So they can also be associative also. So they are closed under associative operation also. Whereas the minus operation is not commutative, which means R minus S will not be equal to S minus R. So next we have another concept, that is Cartesian product. So Cartesian product means it is nothing but the cross product. So this operation is used to combine the tuples from two relations in a combinational fashion. So it is denoted by, so the two relation R and S having the attributes A1, A2 till AN and B1, B2 till BM. So if you observe here, the number of attributes need not be same. So if you perform the cross product of them, then what happens? So each row of R will be combined with each row of S. So which means the result will have A1, A2 till AN, B1, B2 till BM. In the same order it will be present. So the number of attributes will now be equal to N plus M. And the number of rows will be the multiple of the number of rows in R multiplied by the number of rows in S. So it is just like combining each row of R with each row of S. So that if R is having 10 rows and S is having 20 rows, then in the result it will be 10 into 20. So which means 200 rows will be present. So if R has NR tuples and S has NS tuples, then R into S will have NR multiplied by NS tuples. So two operands do not have to be type compatible over here. So when we want to perform the Cartesian operation. So generally this cross product will not be meaningful. So only if it is followed by some other operation, so it becomes meaningful. So for example, here consider this. So all the female employees we will extract. So gender is equal to F. So female employees will be extracted. So then female employees first name, last name and SSN will be employed. Then we are performing the cross product of the female employees with the dependent. So we will be obtaining the employee dependents. So but this employee dependent will contain a very combination of employee names and dependent. So there may not be a relationship between the each row of dependent and the temporary result employee dependent. So and the result will not be meaningful one. So only when this cross product operation is followed by some select condition, then it becomes meaningful with the perspective of the application. So let us see those examples. So to keep only combinations where the dependent is related to the employee, so we had a select condition. So first we'll extract the employees which are female, then we'll extract their names, then we are performing the cross product operations. Once we perform the cross product operation, then we are applying one condition on it, that is SSN is equal to ESSN. So SSN belongs to employee table, whereas ESSN belongs to dependent table. So only those rows in the result where the SSN attribute value and the ESSN attribute values are same will be retained, and those which are different will be discarded. So then what happens? The actual dependents for the female employees will be retained. So here we applied the cross product, but cross product will always yield meaningless matching of rows. So unrelated employee with unrelated dependent will be combined together. So in order to remove the meaningless or unrelated rows, so we have to apply the select condition followed by the cross product. So then what happens here? So all the dependents who are not related will be eliminated. So the actual dependents, from them we can then extract the first name, last name and dependent name. So the result will now contain the name of female employees and their dependents. So this is the result of cross product. So you can find this in the textbook. So then we have the concept called as a binary relational operation called as join. So as the term indicates itself, so joining means we are combining two tables. So a Cartesian product operation followed by a select operation, those two put together, we call it as a join operation. So there are different types of join operation. So natural join, equi-join, outer join, inner join, left outer join, right outer join, left inner join, right inner join. So all those things. So different varieties are present. So we shall discuss the join operation in detail in our next class. So you can enter your attendance in the chat window.